Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Self-Improvement Project. I hope everybody is wonderful, everybody is well, everybody is working hard on their long-term habits to become a wonderful person. I want to start this week's episode by saying thank you. Thank you to those people who are reaching out to me. You know who you are. If you want me to give you a shout out, I would love to. I just haven't asked yet. But I've received some messages recently and they don't validate what I do, but they make what I do a whole lot sweeter. They allow you to take a step back and think of the positive impact that it's having on people. If you're doing your own thing, you'll maybe feel the same. You want to know how it makes people feel. And when they not only don't know you, but they feel compelled and obligated to reach out to tell you that, I don't think it can get much better. So thank you to those who have done that. This week's episode, I've titled, Find a Job That Doesn't Feel Like Work. You may have heard this term before. Find work that feels like play. You'll never work another day in your life, etc., etc. I wanted to focus on the title of Doesn't Feel Like Work because of fulfillment, because of enjoyment. We need work as purpose in our life. We don't need to retire to do nothing. That's not what we're designed to do. Our purpose as human beings is to find something that is fulfilling to us. How you title that is completely up to yourself. A job, a career, a purpose. But we shouldn't use the term work. Work has the connotations of labour, of grind. And yes, don't get me wrong, there's times where this can bring an element of satisfaction when we look back on how hard we've worked, i.e. exercise. But we never describe exercise as work. So I want you to take a moment today to think of what your ideal job would be. I've got 3 things that I want to share with you today that will help you with this. Will help guide you towards what you want to spend your time doing in a purpose, career, job related field. These have helped me, and I want them to help you. Especially in a time within and maybe coming out of the other side of a pandemic where it's important to take a step back. A lot of people have taken a step back recently to realize what is truly important to them. How we want to spend our time. So, the first thing today, and it may not come as a surprise to you, but it is having a values-based and values-led approach when you're looking for a job. Sometimes you see the surface level of values of a company or a business or whatever it is you want to do, and that's okay. That can sometimes entice you in. The culture that exists within it, though, is what will give you that clear insight. So establish your values. Be really clear on what it is that is important to you. How do you feel about dealing with other people? Management. How do you treat others? How do you want to be treated? And not using the stereotypical jargon that is sometimes used within a culture or an environment at work. This is your values. This is how you want to live your life. Being clear on that is important. Another wee tip with values is I find, where do I want to develop myself? What opportunities will this job give me to develop in that area? So get really clear on what's important to you in your life and how you want to be spending circa 40 hours a week living and breathing those values. Important to note as well how much control you would have in this environment over your values. The second thing I want to touch on today is the time and life commitments that this can give you. Not from a perspective of giving you more time so that you can spend less time at work. More so, how do you spend your time in the job? Do you really like being organized and doing administrative tasks? Do you get to spend your time doing that and getting that fulfillment from that? Or vice versa? Do you like maybe being a bit more hands-on, interpersonal, having conversations? How much of your time is spent doing that? Does it allow you to shape your life outside of work? Monday to Friday is a big deal breaker for a lot of people. But working a weekend, if you're doing something you really love, might be the pendulum that swings for you. And that's okay if you can manifest the life that you want out with your work. The overall point here that I really want to hone in and focus on for you to think about today is that time and life commitment that you have over money. Money is a big, big focus for a lot of people when it comes to job or career. And sometimes we make decisions about money without taking consideration in for anything else. Whenever there's more money on the table, you're sacrificing something to do with your life or your time. So make sure that you're not blinded by that. The value that can be put on time that you're given throughout your working day or around your weekend and social life might be more than the money that's on the table for you. Number 3, the last thing I want to touch on for you today for finding a job, career, or purpose that doesn't feel like work. And might in fact be the most important one for you today. And it's to go home not needing that validation or badge of honor of having worked hard enough. Blood, sweat, and tears. I have earned my wage today. You do not need that validation. It is unsustainable. It sets unrealistic expectations, not only for your boss or the people you work for, but for you. And it's no way to live. There are days you will feel this in a positive way and in a negative way. The positive days are wonderful. It's just like a random day in your life where you just have one of those brilliant days. The sun is shining, you have free time, you're with the people you love. But there's also the downside of it. The one when you're in a rut, the one when nothing you do seems to go right, even though you're digging deeper and working harder. Do not give yourself that label as a sign of success every day. And that's it. That's where I want to finish it for you. That is the best way that I can put it and the best way that I want you to perceive it and think about it. Thank you very much for listening. Again, thank you for reaching out if you have. And please feel compelled to if this has affected you as well. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Cheers!